A couple hundred years ago, the only thing you had to worry about was a hangover.
You're telling me you're an investigator?
More or less.
Today, because of your curse thingy, you can't sleep with anyone.
We're not a team. I'm your boss.
Or else you might feel a moment of true happiness,
You got a real addiction to the brooding part of life.
lose your soul,
Except for the bulk of it, where I was nearly tortured to death.
become evil again,
You're a demon hunter.
Road demon hunt.
and kill everyone.
It's fucking
I
fantastic.
love that sound.
Thanks, Cornelia. I always appreciate your perspective.
Hi, Rex.
Hi, Josh.
Welcome to Ale with Angel.
Yes.
I'm Josh,
And I'm Rex.
and this is Ale with Angel, and we're gonna ale you some Angel for beer that ails you. What? That
This feels like it's lacking your normal energy.
you're lacking your normal energy for my normal energy. Hey Rex,
Hey, what?
have you reviewed us on iTunes recently?
No.
Well, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm part of the podcast. I can't review us.
You're part of the problem. Is part of the problem.
Sure.
See where I'm going with that? Everybody, review us on iTunes.
Yes.
Do it. This is me being manipulative.
Yes.
Is it working?
Probably not.
Ah,
Having been manipulated before, I have an idea of what effective manipulation is, and no, this is not it. I'm sorry.
but it could be a completely new kind of effective manipulation that you're unfamiliar with, and it could be working so well
I am married to a therapist.
that it seems like it's
No.
not.
I am married to a therapist. I have heard all the stories, and I know what real manipulation is.
Yeah, no, that I was using the Trump argument.
Yeah. Which isn't.
Falseness is reality, everyone. Anyway. Okay. Fuck a doodle doo. Right in the cloaca. Which means I'm gonna read a list of cloacas for you to fuck a doodle doo. Otherwise known as executive doodle doos. That's how good these cloacas are, y'all. The names and actual addresses and locations and contact numbers of these cloacas are Christabel, Joshua, what are you doing, Joshua? Tinkadoodle-doo, Pixie Dark, Elon, the non-binary anti-fascist, Tracy Kidd, Monica Fonseca, Excellent Tellez, to Super Spike, Audrey, two French last names, check out my band Cryptids, Nathan Lancy, Dulcinea, Rachel Doodle-doo, Sealhole Emporium, Mr. Tabalicious, Sandra Craig, Jay Sommer, Karen Moon, Pat Likes Turtles, again, still. That's my addition. This is the still part. Two-tone magister of many monikers. Father Defenestrado, Kelly MC, Jesse Rain, and Carrie Phillips.
Thank you so much. Without you, this show literally is not possible.
And figuratively.
Yeah, and well, yes.
More so figuratively.
Yeah.
But also literally.
I mean, there are definitely some times when, that list of people gets me through some of the episodes.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
This might be one of them. No, it's not that bad. It's not that good either.
I have a theory.
That it's a demon.
No.
That some kid is dreaming.
Um,
And we're all stuck inside his wacky Broadway nightmare.
I think I figured out part of the problem with the show. And I wrote a little bit of this theory down. And I'm going to present it to you at the end.
At the end. Okay.
Yes.
I've got a little bit of a theory that I worked into the middle-ish of our notes. I might save it till the end, though. We'll see.
It's time for a mom synopsis.
Joshua! What are you doing, Joshua? Well, I'd say I'm trying to track down my father and do a vengeance, but I feel like we already did that. Yes, we definitely already did that, and you won't shut up about it. It was Christmas, Mom. How cool is that? Why shouldn't I brag? Yes, okay. What else, Joshua? Do you have a girlfriend yet, or am I going to have to go steal a baby and make you raise it so that I can play with it once in a while? I feel like stealing babies is a good way to piss off the wrong people, Mom. What if I do it with completely good intentions? Like, because the dad is some kind of sadistic killer, but he's reformed now, but has ancient feuds going on because they don't believe he's changed, and then there's also a third party involved who's manipulating him to prevent some kind of prophecy from coming true. Well, that's oddly specific. And also, no, especially not that. Well, then you'd better start meeting women and sexing them all up, Joshua. Actually, I met this nice girl named Sunny. Oh, you did? That's wonderful, Joshua. What's she like? Well, she's dead. She overdosed on heroin like 20 minutes after we met. What the fuck, Joshua? Why would you even tell me that? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you would be supportive or something. No? Don't be stupid, Joshua. Right, that's my fault. Okay, so what else? Oh, Dad's a zombie now and making me stalk some guy that won't call me by my real name, and it's kind of weird, but I don't know, he seems kind of cool. Too bad I'm gonna have to kill him to appease zombie Dad. Maybe lead with that next time, Joshua. Because today on Angel and the A-Team confront Connor, freshly back from the void, and boy is he filled with hell dimension teen angst. He escapes from Angel's attempts to reach out and connect with him, plays some IRL Frogger, and rides a bus incorrectly to escape their grasp a little more permanently. Angel chases after via sewer lines. Gunn and Fred chase topside. Lorne, Cordy, and Gru hang back to handle the gaping, sucking chest wound of a dimensional rift in their living room that keeps on birthing slimy things like demon shrimp squids and teenagers. Connor meets a friend while out and about, and Angel tracks him down, but so does an angry drug dealer. Angel protects Connor in a standoff with the druggies and the cops, and Angel makes marginal incremental progress in earning Connor's trust, but it's a long road ahead. Oh, also Connor is still in contact with Holtz, who looks like a fucking zombie now. The end.
Ladies, gentlemen, spiny-headed looking creatures. As soon as the sun goes down, vampire. As soon as the sun goes down, vampire. Competition is a beautiful thing.
Honestly, my favorite part is he rides the bus incorrectly.
Fantastic. So, yeah.
So we open up on the hotel, and let me tell you.
I'll open up on your hotel. Ew, I know, right?
Let me, no,
I thought it as I said it. I was like, that's gross, Josh.
They pulled out all the camera equipment. They do fucking pans. They have crane shot.
Oh,
they,
pulled
like,
out as in brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like all the they're everything you can do with camera movement, they fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like,
from what I understand, that's why they moved to the Hyperion Hotel. That's an actual hotel where they filmed in LA. And it was because they were tired of being cramped in their little studio set that was Angel's apartment before.
Yeah.
Or, business apartment.
Well, and the thing is, though, like, this whole scene, I don't think I have seen this much camera movement anywhere in any episode of this or Buffy.
Interesting. I'm glad you noticed, because
it's fucking nuts.
Didn't even clock for me.
That being said, the CGI they put in this scene...
Yeah.
And a little in the scene after is some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in the show.
It might have been passable 20 years ago, but
oh my god,
certainly not aged.
No, I don't even think it was passable 20 years ago.
I mean, I can't imagine so, but this is like, it's an anomaly that this show was getting as much airtime and viewership as it was at the time. Like, this should have been buried in the back with shit like Xena, Princess Warrior, until it became a cult classic later.
Yeah.
Not a cult classic after it was popular, which is weird It's a weird trajectory for the show to go.
Like, the only reason the show was as popular as it was when it was on was Buffy.
Exactly.
Which is why it didn't last very many seasons after Buffy ended.
Right. Still, 2 is more than I would have expected in retrospect.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, like, I watched all of this very shortly after it officially aired on DVD on some of the worst Chinese bootleg DVDs I've ever owned. But it was still only a year or 2 after it officially ended, and I was so mad. I was like, man, they were robbed. Like, it was one of the biggest injustices I'd ever experienced. It was like, they really needed season 6. Season 5 was so compressed.
And see, the number one thing that I think of when I think of, like, this show is I think, but Firefly was so much better.
Yeah. Well, it just goes to show how fucking stupid TV executives are.
Yeah.
They don't know what's good. They don't care what's good.
Right. Anyway, we get a lot of camera movement. The cinematography is pretty damn good. The fight choreography is pretty damn good. Immediately, we start right where we left off with Connor, and everyone starts moving at the same time.
Yeah, they're in a little circular standoff thing with Angel, Gunn, Gru, Cordy, and Lauren. There's a little bit of slow motion. Angel goes into bullet time yelling, no, to try to stop them all from fighting each other because he knows it's Connor. Nobody else seems to be clocking that yet.
He said hi,
probably because he said hi, Dad.
Yeah.
But after this, we get a conversation where it's pretty obvious none of them gave a shit what he said.
Right.
Anyway, Connor shoots off a round of his wrist-mounted stake shooter, and Angel deflects it off of his shoulder in bullet time while Gru launches a battle axe at Connor, which I thought was way cooler than the fucking stake shooter.
Yes.
The stake shooter was pretty lame.
Both the stakes and the battle axe are just cartoonish.
Yeah, the stakes were far more cartoonish, if you ask me.
They were.
I didn't mind the battle axe, but Connor easily deflects the axe equally as well, which I thought was a little weird, but whatever. And then he stops and quips, interesting. And I'm like, okay, not interesting, but sure, opening sequence.
After the opening sequence, the fight resumes. Honestly, Connor's kicking some fucking ass.
Oh, Connor's a badass, and it makes sense. You would be if you survived a hell dimension for your entire life into young adulthood.
I'd like to find, like, I don't remember if this is the case, but he is the son of vampires. Like, I wonder if he has, like...
2 vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, how the hell...
Like, I wonder if he has, like, you know, above average, like, above human strength, you know? Like...
It kind of seems like it.
Yeah, because he's...
Strength and senses.
He's either, like, you know, Batman level-esque trained, like, peak human performance.
Which
because,
also possible, because he grew up with Holtz.
Or he has a little bit of power.
Right.
Which I'm actually very curious to learn that one.
But anyway, I thought Angel... I thought they hit the dramatic notes fairly well here. Angel stops to take a moment to enjoy the gravity of the situation. He says, "My God, it's you." And I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
The part I liked is basically Connor is kicking everyone's ass, but the fight stops the moment that Angel's like, okay, I'm stopping the fight.
Yeah, and I appreciated how he stopped the fight.
Yes.
He decided, okay, this kid needs some... This kid needs an alpha male to dominate him to show him who's boss. Yeah. And it almost kind of sort of worked. It at least got him to slow down for a minute and think twice before he kept fighting like a lunatic. But a very talented
I'm just very glad
lunatic.
that they didn't make it. For some reason, Connor is like standing toe-to-toe with Angel in a fight.
Okay.
Because you know how they've done that with some human characters where, like, you know, he's actually putting effort into this fight against a person,
holding his own, against Angel,
and like that, I hate that. He has superpowers, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he's the lead fucking character of this show. We know that he's stronger than that. Exactly. Come on, don't dick us around. But anyway, so yeah, there's a big fight. Connor launches a total of 6 stakes altogether, because he does 3 more just now again. And I'm like, where the hell were they all in that thing? But you know what? Whatever. I'm letting it go. This is me letting it go. Where the fuck were they, Rex?
Hammer space.
God damn it.
They were in hammer space.
I don't know what that means. Is that a reference to Hammer Time with the pants?
It's a reference to anime.
Baggy pants?
It's a reference to anime.
Because you could store a bunch of steaks in those pants? Hammer pants? It's a Hammer Pants reference, isn't it?
No. It is an anime reference.
Hammer Time. Bump, 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 bump. Hammer Time. Hammer Time. Talk, Rex.
Every time I do, you interrupt me.
Hammer Time. Bum, 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 bum. I have no idea how that song goes other than Hammer Time. So there's musical things that happen after Hammer Time. Bump, bump, musical things. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Connor runs outside. It's daytime, so obviously Angel can't chase after him, but he tries. And I'm really disappointed they didn't do like any sort of like smoking effect or anything on him, because he was very clearly in direct sunlight at one point.
Yeah, they spent all their budget on the CG. They didn't want to. They were like, you know what, fuck it. People get it.
They wasted their money on that.
They pulled him back from the sunlight. People get it. It's fine. I'm like, no, they should have done some smoking effects though. They
something. Because he was way too out into the sun by the time they pulled him back. Because like we've had some moments where like a stray beam of fucking sunlight from a little spot in a window, like on a hand kind of thing, like
lit
burned up.
Spike's whole fucking arm on fire.
So
Yeah,
like,
come on, guys.
Yeah.
A little consistency, fine.
But yeah, Connor runs off and then, rides a bus incorrectly. After playing real life Frogger.
Yes, rides a bus incorrectly really well.
Yes.
Though, if we're not taking the bad CG into account.
He Spider-Man's the bus.
He did. He
in fact, Spider-Man's the bus.
It would have been pretty cool if it wasn't terrible CG.
Yes. Like, honestly, the biggest reason the CG for Connor getting on the bus was so bad is it actually made the figure's limbs look disproportionate.
Yeah, he got all fucking, like, stretch man arms and torso for a second to make it work. It was like, okay. Okay. Anyway.
It was so bad.
Much better than that was his, you already kind of mentioned the choreography, but he did this single backhand flip kick thing at the beginning of the fight where he kicks Gunn and Gru in the face. And I was like, okay, that's a terrible fighting move, but that was an awesome stunt.
They brought in wires for that jump.
You think?
I guarantee it.
Okay.
I mean, there's no way. Because
either way, it was a cool flip.
It didn't look like a stunt double for that move.
Yeah.
Because of the position of the camera, you could kind of see his face.
Okay.
Like he's moving, so like it could be a stunt double, but if they got a really good lookalike for the stunt double.
What they've been able to do since fucking Jurassic Park with CG, though, is replace the face of the stunt double. But I'm sure they're not bothering with all that.
And like, given how bad the CG in this beginning sequence was, like, they didn't pay for that.
No, they absolutely didn't.
But no, it was a cool move. The choreography for the fight was really good.
Yeah.
Like, the fights in this episode are solid.
Yeah. So then Cordy tosses Angel a sword. Him and Connor grapple. Angel knocks him over, trying to reason with him.
We're already past that.
Yeah, I know. Can't we just talk about this? We didn't cover it very specifically, though. You just kind of were like, they fight and move on. Angel, Gunn, Gru, they circle around Connor. Everyone takes their shots while Fred and Cordy stand back watching with shock and awe or something. I don't know. Gunn's like, Angel, if Peter Pan doesn't stop. And I'm like, what, Gunn? What if he doesn't stop? Finish your fucking sentences, Gunn. But he didn't. And then, we kind of covered this. Angel straddles Connor, holding his knife to his throat. And, to show that fatherly dominance that he clearly needs. He grew up with Holtz. And Connor's all like, Daddy, do it, Daddy. And Angel flings away the knife sickle thingy and stands up in horror. Angel reaches out to offer him a fatherly hand, much to Connor's horror, who gets up and runs into the daylight. And, okay, now we're caught up. He jumps onto a bus, runs away. All right, so now we're back inside.
Back inside,
Daddy!
you just wanted to say that, didn't you?
No.
Angel wants them to track the bus. Fred is like, I can do it on the internet. Because, you can just look up. You have a bus number. There's a bus schedule online.
Yeah, the bus company I worked for didn't get that shit until the late teens, but I know other bus companies were way ahead of the city.
Yeah.
So you know what? This is fine. This is fine. It was California. I'm sure they fucking spearheaded that shit.
Yeah. And of course, Angel wants to go out and find him immediately, but hey, it's daylight, so he's going to go underground, and he wants everyone else to go above ground and find him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't wait for shit. He's just like, okay, I got a bus number. It goes downtown to Union Station. Fuck off.
Fuck off to Union Station. But yeah, Lauren was wondering why he would have come back. Angel, sure, it's because fuck Kortoth. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Lauren thinks maybe he said, "You're dead" instead of "Hi, Dad." But I would pose the question, why does he want Angel dead if he's not Connor?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be a butthurt patricidal teen too if I were him.
I mean, Occam's razor here. It's not Holtz. Who else went into the fucking port? Who?
You never know. Maybe time goes backward.
This was a human. This was a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who else could it fucking be?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Like you said, Fred finds the bus route. Angel fucks off to Union Station. Gru is awkward. It's almost funny. He's like, "You will not fail, man." I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's almost funny. It's so almost funny.
Gru has a few odd moments.
Yeah.
Like,
it's in character. I'm okay with it.
this one felt good and in character. There's one later, though, that felt off. And
In this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I made a note of it, but, like, we'll get there.
Okay, so Angel fucks off. Cordy takes charge and splits the rest of them up, but not before everyone noticing the rift to Kortoth sparking again over the pentagram. Cordy tries to use her woo-woo nonsense to close it to no avail.
Yes, she doesn't have that kind of power, it seems.
Quote of the day here, Fred says, "I'm guessing the dimensional rift from Kortoth must still be open?" Lauren says, "Yeah, so let's say we close it up before anything else slithers, skitters, or slides out of there." Which... not super clever. I just like hearing Lauren say funny things like that. Yeah. There's really nothing in this episode that's super, good quote. So I just had to nab a couple of things that were okay.
That's what my theory's about.
Okay. Fred tries to suggest that they call Wesley, and Gunn cockblocks the shit out of that. He's like, "No, Fred, I'm allowed to go to Wesley, and I used up our one single shot to save your life. Now, go make me a fucking sandwich."
Well, Gunn's point is that specifically Wes does not want to help. He told Gunn to fuck off.
Yeah.
So, like, he knows that Wes would be pissed if they showed up there.
Yeah, but also, fuck Wesley. He's being dramatic. They really should just go to him anyway.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't think that Wesley would be as pissed as Gunn thinks that Wesley would be. I think there's a portion of that he was acting out and he is upset, but like...
especially if Fred shows up at the door.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn Fred away. But
then all else fails, she just has to, lift up her shirt and he'll do whatever she wants.
Also that. So Lauren might actually have connections in terms of closing the rift. He doesn't seem super eager about it, though, and Gru offers assistance in case it's dangerous, but Lauren declines. He's like, "No, it's fine." Another minor quote of the day, Gru says, "Is it dangerous? Gunn and I can protect you." Lauren says, "Well, no, it's not dangerous. It's just awkward. This guy is all hands. I mean, all hands, like 50 of them. Anybody fluent in sign language? Yuck, yuck, yuck." Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll take it.
It's clever.
It's a little clever.
They decide that Cordy and Gru are going to stay behind to guard the portal rift thing.
Yep.
And then everyone else is going to go out looking.
Gunn and Fred are ordered to hit the streets. Lauren knows when he's told to fuck off and do as he's told, and preemptively does so. Fred figures out that Gunn went to Wesley for advice on how to save her, and I'm sure she's super touched by that and completely overlooks his double standards because this show is not nearly as feminist as Buffy, and it's
this show definitely isn't as feminist as Buffy, and B, neither was Buffy as feminist as we all thought it was back in the day.
Right, exactly. Both of those things. I kind of am starting to get the feeling that what's his name? Joss Whedon, he spent so much energy masking so that he could write Buffy in a semi-feminist way that the reason he took on Angel was so he could get all that pent-up energy out of him.
Maybe.
He was like, I need to be toxic. Where can I take that out? Ooh, here's another series.
Right.
And it's starting to feel like what Angel is about to me.
I honestly think that it's really just a problem of so Angel started because multiple people were like, "Holy shit, David Boreanaz can carry," and
that was part of it. That was a big part of it.
And he can fucking carry a show. Like, I don't have a doubt there.
Yeah.
The problem is though, the moment they're like, "Okay, we're running 2 shows," they had to figure out how to fucking run 2 shows.
Yeah, you start to stretch yourself a little thin.
And they didn't
You have to start trusting more people that you might not have worked as closely with.
By the time they reached the stretched thin point with Buffy, they had deep foundations to work from.
Yeah.
And really strong, solid characters and actors who fucking knew their characters, no matter what writing they were handed.
Yeah.
But here, they don't have that.
No.
Outside of 3 characters, Wesley, Angel, Cordy. Everyone else, like, they're stuck working with what they're given.
And even Wesley, Angel, and Cordy don't have that bedrock of Buffy under their feet so much anymore. That's long in the past for them. They're in a completely new world now.
I just don't think they had any fucking clue what they were actually going to do with this show. They're just like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then they really should have thought more about what they were going to do here.
Yeah. That being said, I'm still glad the show got made. We wouldn't be this far along in the rewatch if we thought that it was total garbage, but it is disappointing in a lot of ways.
You're not real. Or I'm not real. Somebody here isn't real, and I suspect it's you. So if you're not real, then that means that my head came off back there, and then I'm dead now. Dead.
Anyway, so cut to Wesley's.
Yeah, where Lila pays him a visit.
Knocks on his door, lets herself in. Because she's not a vampire.
I did like that she says, I'd have called ahead, but I figured you'd have just told me to fuck off.
And he's like, yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going to invite you in. And then she just walks in.
He kind of stonewalls her, figures out super fast that she's offering him a job. And he tells her in very few words to go fuck herself and the horse she rode in on.
Talk about like somebody who doesn't understand consent. Like, how many times does Wesley tell her to get the fuck out?
Seriously. Well, she's a lawyer, okay? But she gives him a present, and it's Dante's Divine Comedy. He doesn't waste any time. He's like, I'm going to open this up right in front of you whilst making strong eye contact to show you how much I disapprove of this. And
specifically, it's the
Inferno.
Part 1, Dante's Inferno.
Uh-huh.
She uses this book to point out that the biggest sin possible is betrayal, because at the center of hell is Judith.
The deepest layer of hell, and like the 3 mouths of the devil or something, and is preserved for people who betray, like Judas Iscariot.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this moment because I also guessed Judas right before Wesley said it, and I was like, yes, I know things. But really, I just like Jesus Christ Superstar.
I just read it. Like, I've read this book.
Oh, well, go fuck yourself. And la-di-da.
I will say it took me a fucking long time to read it Like,
And Wesley's like, yes, I've read it several times.
well, yeah.
Fuck you, Wesley.
Old writing is fucking hard to read.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, but also they kind of showed this a little bit in the new Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like, speaking of shows that didn't know where the fuck they were going, oh my God, that show sucked after season 2.
Anyway, they showed what?
But they showed, they started doing a lot of the inner rings of hell in later episodes.
Yeah.
And one of them portrayed Judas like stuck permanently in this rock and being thirsty for an eternity. And I was like, yeah, that's hell. Okay.
Yeah.
Neat. So...
But yeah, anyway, after pointing out that betrayal is the biggest sin possible, Lila uses this to twist the knife and say, so don't tell me that you're too good for Wolfram and Hart.
Yeah, what's your excuse, Wesley? Because, like, he totally betrayed everyone he knew, so he's not better than the Wolfie Sheep Snort, obviously. I mean, actually, he didn't, and he is. We've covered this.
Yes.
So Lila's way out of her league here. She has no idea what she's talking about, and she's not doing a very good job at being manipulative, but I
Right.
still like her.
Yeah, I still like her.
She's still nice. She's a nice lady. She's real nice. She's fun. I'd like her to be my babysitter.
Well-acted character.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing you get with when you find a show that does not have good writing, you find out which actors are just really fucking good.
Also that. Yeah, Wesley's one of them.
Yeah. So's Lila.
Yeah, I wish they had more scenes together, honestly. A little quote of the day here. Lila says, wow, I guess when she slit your throat, she nicked your sense of humor. Wes says, not at all. I find you being here extremely funny.
Yeah.
His
deadpan dry delivery was
super
perfect.
deadpan, sick of the fucking world Wesley. I am here for it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. So, cut to the bus.
Yeah.
Connor jumps off of it.
Yeah. He departs the bus
Incorrectly. He continues to do so.
I think my favorite part of this is that they did not show it at all. So they have the bus driving by, and they have CGI Connor on the bus, and then the CGI Connor goes off screen, and then just Connor's head pops up from the bottom of the screen. And so, like, they didn't actually show the CGI character jumping off the bus at all. The jumping off the bus is just purely implied.
Purely blue screen.
And so what the funny part about it, though, is the scene they shot was bus drives by, head pops up.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you know what? That was better effects than the CG.
Yes.
At least they stayed away from the CG.
Like, they could have just put a fucking, like, little stuffed mannequin puppet thing on the top of the bus, would have worked better.
Oh, yeah. I don't care how bad practical effects are. I love them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I would take cheap practical effects over cheap CGI.
Absolutely. I would take cheap practical effects over expensive CGI.
There might be...
You're wrong.
There's some moments where maybe yes, but not. I'm not sure. I think I would prefer like decent CGI for like spaceships versus that's a toy.
Your opinion is bad and you should feel bad.
Oddly, I don't.
Okay. Weird. Yeah. I never would have expected that, except for always.
Yeah. Cut to Gunn checking in with Angel.
Who is in the sewer.
Yeah. He is
Angel,
in the sewer.
not Gunn.
In the time that this show has existed, cell phone service in the sewer has improved.
Yeah?
Yeah, because remember in the beginning when Angel first got a cell phone and he was all like, I have no idea how to use this. He couldn't use it in the sewer?
Yeah. Well, they heard us bitching about it a season or two ago. And we were like, do you have any idea how many problems could be solved in this show with cell phones?
Yeah.
Like all of them.
I do find it interesting and kind of notable that cell phones have made a stronger appearance in Angel than they have in Buffy.
Right.
Which, if you think about it, though,
it makes sense.
Perfect sense.
LA
because
is bigger.
LA versus Sunnydale.
Yeah.
Like, LA's going to get more cell phones quicker, faster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the payphones are going to start going away sooner.
And it's way bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Sunnydale, they can basically just run for 30 seconds and knock on each other's doors.
Yeah. And as long as nobody's like, hey, meet me at the church or the graveyard, like there's not many places that you can misconstrue.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you go, hey, meet me at the graveyard and then hang up, you're fucked. There's 12 of them.
Yeah. But other than that, there's only 3 places that any of them can be at any given point in time.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
fine. It's
exactly. But anyway, obviously, Connor's easy to track because people are gawking and like, oh my God, there's a fucking kid wearing animal skins riding the bus incorrectly.
Apparently, they keep calling him Robin Hood. Is that what he called him earlier?
No, Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, that's right. I think either makes sense. It's fine. So yeah, they're following reports of Robin Hood on top of a bus. Angel thinks he won't go all the way downtown, giggity. He'll go somewhere less populated and wants them to call back when the trail runs cold. At really weird, dramatic moment here where Gunn is like, well, what happens if we find him first? And Angel's like, my son is alive and he stays alive. And I'm like, was anybody questioning that?
Honestly, I think he's like, Angel is worried that because everyone else was like reacting like, oh, we're trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just being extra paranoid given the everything of the situation.
I guess. I mean, I don't think Gunn could take him if he wanted to.
No, not a fucking chance.
But whatever.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like Gunn. Gunn's way more badass than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
he's still...
Connor survived a hell dimension.
In terms of muscle, he is still the bottom of the totem pole in this show.
Yeah. Like, at best, he's a good thug.
Yeah.
Like, at best.
Mm-hmm.
He is a henchman.
Yeah.
He's a very good henchman,
mm-hmm.
but he's still a henchman.
Yeah. They gave all the smart people roles to white people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not very feminist and it's not very sensitive to diversity. What a pain in the ass. Anyway.
You know, on that note, by the way, I've been thinking about this a lot too, is like you have a show that is based in LA, but how often do you see black people and Mexicans?
Other than Gunn?
Like, there's Gunn. Maybe on occasion we'll get some people of color, some Latinx people. But have you ever seen any actual videos of LA? Like, there's not that many white people
I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I think that's pretty much the same as being there, I've heard.
Like, white people don't make up nearly the percentage of population that Hollywood would make us believe of LA.
Right. Yeah, and the only time they've ever brought on other black characters was to be Gunn's gang.
Yeah.
So, neat. All right. So we're in an aqueduct.
Yeah.
And Connor finds a drug deal going bad for a girl who can't get a quarter of a gram for 3 shitty CDs. And I'm kind of, I was kind of sitting there going, yeah, you didn't think that would work, did you? I mean, nice try.
I mean,
but also if I were the guy,
addict logic, man.
Huh?
Addict logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not really thinking clearly.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. You grab what you've got available to you and you give it a shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was pretty far gone. It was kind of sad because she seemed nice. Seems nice. She's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Yet. I mean, we don't know if she's going to die. She could live and be a main character for a long time.
I did like that Connor jumped like 3 stories down.
Yeah, you just leaped right off of there.
And I also liked that
didn't look like CG.
No, I was going to say, I also liked that it was a stuntman who leapt off that.
Yeah.
Like, that was an actual stunt.
Uh-huh.
And I was very happy about that.
Yeah. So yeah, what's his name? Tyke. We don't know his name is Tyke yet, but the fucking drug guy. He chucks her CDs and she hits him on the arm and calls him a jerk. So he decides that's good cause to kidnap and rape her. Or at least say that that's what he's going to do as he shoves her in the back of a car. Well, he says, you're going to work this off. I mean, what are we supposed to assume?
Right.
So Connor walks up on him, and the guy immediately starts mocking his clothes and whistles for his cronies who were conveniently hanging out right behind a pillar that we somehow didn't see before. Connor turns around and gets smacked in the face with a crowbar or a tire iron, something. And
Crowbar. It was crowbar.
That's right. We saw it later. It's a crowbar. That's why I changed it, because I had said tire iron originally.
I am very disappointed that anyone fucking snuck up on Connor.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I almost feel like he let it happen. I think this was strategy almost.
Maybe.
He could have smelled those other 3 guys or 4 guys.
Like, I'm sure there were some sort of like pack-esque creatures that he had to deal with in the Hell Dimension.
Maybe.
Like, that seems like a thing that you might have to deal with.
Like, he definitely had dealt with those big, scary fucking creatures from last episode at the end. Like, these guys are fucking nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you've got a piece of metal. Oh, no. But anyway, Tyke steals Connor's necklace while he's down and tells him to he tells his guys to get rid of Connor, and they start to come down just to crack his skull open, and Connor leaps back into action. He was faking it all along.
Yes.
Either that or he's got impervious skull concussionness because...
Well, he's Angel's kid, therefore he's got to be pretty fucking hard-headed.
Yeah, exactly. Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Andy grew up in a Hell Dimension.
Yeah.
Andy's the son of 2 vampires.
The fight's pretty solid. Like,
yeah.
solid fight choreography, but I do want to, like, just point to the tail end of the fight. There's this great moment. Connor's beating the shit out of the thugs, and then Tyke pulls out a gun and goes to shoot Connor, and then the woman, realizing that Connor is saving her, uses the door to, like, hit Tyke and stop him from shooting Connor. Tyke shoots one of his henchmen, but then Connor grabs Tyke, climbs onto the car, and then body slams him WrestleMania style onto the car.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I'm like, that's the kind of shit they need to be doing with the fight choreography in this goddamn show. Like,
well, they did.
Like,
just now.
Sometimes the fight choreography gets a little Power Rangers to me.
Oh, yeah.
And, like,
roundhouse kicks and spinning falls.
And so I'm very grateful that this episode, at least with Connor, like, they really were like, no, we need to make Connor really look like a badass.
Yeah.
And he, like,
he's
unquestionably,
vicious.
he looks like a badass.
He's vicious. Yeah, he does not hesitate at all. As soon as Tyke's attention is on Sonny, he pounces.
Yeah.
And he fucks his shit up. Yeah, Connor kicks his ass with ease and body slams him on top of the car and turns to whip a knife at one of the goons for daring to slowly get back up.
Just note, there was the Wilhelm scream when the dude's hand got stabbed with a knife.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They mixed the Wilhelm scream with, like, other sounds that were on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, like, kind of more in the background. But
I completely forgot that was a thing. I noticed the scream, but I didn't think anything of it.
I can't not notice it whenever it happens. I'm like, Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. No, cool. But Sonny's stealing money out of Tyke's coat. He conveniently took it off for the fight. And she stops Connor from slitting Tyke's throat, urges him to leave because the cops are coming. But Connor is like, yeah, you know what, just give me a second. He goes back and slices off his ear as a trophy.
Right.
Which is fucking amazing. And we cut back to...
I like that she's, like, digging through the pockets of the coat, but, like, she ends up taking the coat.
Right.
Like, maybe they forgot that she didn't take the coat. Like, I don't remember seeing her take the coat, but she had the coat later, and I just...
Yeah, that could just be a little plot hole that happened. They're like, well, why did Tyke come back for her, though? Maybe he wanted his coat. Maybe he wanted all the money and drugs that were in his coat.
Which, like, that, perfectly logical why he would hunt her down.
Which she definitely took those, but yeah, I don't remember her taking the actual coat.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I feel like I remember her wearing it off. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
I was hoping for some demon fighting tonight, but I wound up with a delivery job instead.
If I come back here on the end of a spatula, I'm expecting some serious workman's comp. I'm just messing with y'all.
Cut back to the Hyperion lobby.
Where Gru is doing a just fucking amazing job as a goddamn statue.
Yeah, waiting for creatures or some shit. Cordy's like, hey, nerd. Angel does this shit all the time, and I am not amused. I'm super amused by it when you do it.
Yeah, there is a moment when she's talking about Angel, and like she's going at it like she's trying to reassure Gru.
Not doing a very good job of it.
But she's doing a fucking awful job of it. Specifically because she says that she gets so bored with all of his tales of the days of yore.
Yeah.
And then she realizes, but your tales of the days of yore are good.
Totally great. Love them. Can't get enough. Yeah, so Gru's like...
Tell me you're with a dude for the sex without telling me you're with the dude for the sex.
Yeah. And Gru's like, well, then why don't you shut up about Angel? And she's like, well, because he's my friend and you're being an old-timey toxic bitch. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Gru, why don't you shut up while I ease your insecurities with some sex?
Quote of the day here. Gru says, when Cordy's trying to like kiss him and distract him, Gru says, I should be watching for creatures from another dimension. And then just a good line from her, just... spot on. You're the only other creature from another dimension I'm interested in.
Giggity.
And also the one in your pants.
Heyo. Which, yeah, also creature from another dimension. It's just attached to this creature from another dimension.
It could have been a funnier joke if they had her line be something along the lines of, this is the only creature from another dimension that I'm interested in.
While pressing crotches together.
Like, and just show her like moving her arm, like just because their shoulders
Make
up.
it look like she's grabbing his dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just imply it. And like, that's a funnier joke.
I agree. Yeah, that's too bad. The missed opportunity.
And that would have been a perfectly like reasonable joke to have on TV at this time.
Yeah.
From this show.
It's perfect. We covered it from all angles.
Yeah.
Go us. So, but instead of any of that fun shit happening, the rift crackles and knocks both of them over.
I bet on some level their brains were like, man, that's a hell of a kiss.
They saw fireworks. Hey-o.
Sometimes when you make out, sparks fly.
Bam. So we're back at the aqueduct where police are there and have taped off the scene. Gunn is talking to the police. That's the least believable portion of the entirety of the episode.
No, even if like it was a day later after the shooting and cops happened to still be at the crime scene and Gunn just walked up and was like, what's happening here? Arrested for the crime.
Arrested immediately.
And probably beaten.
We found a black man at the scene dressed in civvies. Case closed. Case closed.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh my God. So Gunn, Fred, and Angel, they all converge here to share their findings. Angel can smell Connor, which is a little creepy, but he's a vampire and it's okay.
And you know, it's his blood.
But
it's his child.
Yeah, and we all know that canonically everyone in this universe has spaghetti sauce for blood.
Yes.
So, of course he can smell it because it's delicious. So, Fred talked to a shopkeeper who saw Connor jump off the bus incorrectly, and Gunn talked to the police, who surprisingly didn't arrest him for being black. Covered that. They told him about the ear trophy. Also weird. Seems like confidential information.
But also, like, I'm curious how they would know that.
Yeah.
Because, like, that would assume that the police, like, interviewed people or witnesses from the scene.
Yeah, how did they know?
Didn't just find a dead body.
Well,
like,
because they didn't find Tyke's goons. They had fled.
Right. And they are essentially hunting Tyke and the rest of the goons down later. Yeah. So like they would have arrested him.
Yeah, they'd have arrested any of those guys.
Especially considering that the gun that shot the goon was Tyke's gun. So, like, how do they know about the fucking ear?
Yeah, they should not, by any stretch of the imagination, know about that. But okay, whatever. Because, cops couldn't catch a cold.
No.
Yeah, Angel sends Gunn and Fred back to the hotel and continues searching on his own. He doesn't want to scare Connor, and he thinks he's got a better chance of finding him alone.
Which, honestly, I think he's completely 100% right.
Yeah, I intuitively also feel that way, although I had trouble verbalizing why.
To me, the thing that makes the most sense is if anybody here...
He's
in
got
their
better
group-
tracking skills.
And not even just that. Like they know for a fact that if they find Connor will attack them.
Right.
I'm pretty positive that Angel is the only fucking one in the group who definitely will not just automatically fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has the deeper purpose to definitely not fight back.
Yeah, and he proved to Connor in their previous fight that he's trying very hard not to harm him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which Connor seems very confused about, which is why he's running.
Yes.
But anyway, so we cut to a crack house.
Yes.
Where Sonny's the girl's name, obviously. Sonny takes Connor to a crack house and gives him new clothes. New, hard air quotes.
Yes.
They looked new, but they should not have. Like, where did this? Never mind. Whatever.
Those clothes looked far too nice and clean.
And they fit way too well.
Yeah.
But whatever. You know what? I'm going to let that go.
She also gets to see Connor naked.
She does, and she liked it.
Yeah, she did.
She feeds him some kind of hostess snack and teaches him about heroin. Or rather, she's like, that spoon's not for food.
Right, yeah.
I was like, ooh, it's for the heroin.
Yeah. Calls it medicine.
Yeah. She googly eyes his naked ass while he's changing, as if like she just wasn't looking, and then she turns around and he's just kind of standing there naked. And as soon as he started changing and she wasn't looking, I knew that moment was coming.
Right.
It was so predictable.
And the funny part to me is the timing of it isn't like, oh, he's changing. It's that like the pause of her looking at him would be like he stripped his clothes off and then just stood there in like a superhero stance.
Yeah.
Just with it all out.
Uh-huh.
For like a 4 count. And then started putting on clothes.
Yeah.
Like the pause of him like obviously just standing there naked, not moving, is far too long to like he knew what he was doing.
Also, this man, I mean, he was way too clean. Have you seen the beginning of Encino Man? Or Encino Man in its entirety?
Yeah.
Like, that's what he would have looked like.
No shit.
Brendan Fraser being thawed out of an ice cube.
Caked in layers of mud.
Of mud and a lifetime of BO.
Yeah.
God. Like, to the point where the bathtub is filled with mud.
This boy's too clean.
Way too clean.
And too good at teeth.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm really curious about what kind of life that Holtz put together in the other dimension.
You know what?
Them.
Maybe there was a hot spring. There could have been a hot spring. Maybe he bathed regularly.
It is a hell dimension. That implies some level.
He
of
was
hot
raised
spring.
by Holtz, who does have some concept of hygiene.
Yeah.
So that's fair. That's fair. Whatever. Yeah, cut to the hotel briefly where Fred and Gunn find Cordy and Gru knocked out by the pentagram.
And they're like, oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Cut back to the squatter apartment where they have a bit of small talk. Connor talks about how he came to L.A. to find his father.
They bond a bit over hating their parents.
Yeah. She came to L.A. to run away from her father.
Connor came here to find his father.
Connor points out that if her father is evil, he should be killed.
And she seems surprised by that, but then says, you don't say much, but I like what you say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, damn. This girl got a dark side. What?
Then they kiss.
Yeah, and then she kisses him, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I liked it. And then they lock mouths, and he's like, what am I doing? This is amazing. For like 2 whopping seconds before Sonny's like, excuse me a minute. And I thought she was running to the bathroom to, like, I don't know, put in a female condom, take out her something to prepare for sex. But then, no, that's not what happens.
Do we know I don't know if we ever learn like how old Connor is here.
Right.
Like, is he 16? Is he 19? Like, how old is he?
I feel like
because
I feel like we find out. I want to say he's 18, and that's canonical. But I could be wrong.
Because like all I'm thinking is that if he's supposed to be 16, like the hormones are racing through him right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and we don't know how old Sunny is either. She could be
Right.
16 or 17 too. She looks a little older than that to me, but she's a runaway.
yeah.
She could be an underage runaway. They could be perfectly age appropriate, but also whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's from a hell dimension. She's a druggie.
All I'm thinking is that like the kid's never seen a woman.
You know what? He doesn't have a social security card. Anything's fair game.
Anyway, as
That's probably a very problematic thing to say.
she excuses herself to the bathroom. We cut away. We cut to a very, very brief moment where Wes pauses in his interneting and picks the book up, and obviously he's like considering the offer.
Oh, Dante, you're Inferno.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Uh-huh. That's why I wrote it down.
Cut back to the squat where Connor gets woken up by sirens.
Squat. Christ.
Well, they're squatting there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's a squat.
Uh-huh. I just called it the crack house. So
Yeah.
So or she didn't run off to prep for sex for daddy, or she ran off to do some heroin real quick.
Yeah, and apparently she did far too much of the heroin.
Yeah, even though it was just a tiny little baggie. But Connor's asleep sitting against the couch. He hears a siren.
Okay, hold on though. We see that there was one bag that Connor picked up. That does not mean that she only did one.
Oh,
Just
she
saying.
did take the whole coat.
Yes.
That's right. She didn't just have the little square.
She had the coat of the drug dealer with his stash. Like there had to have been a large quantity.
She could have done as
yeah.
much as she wanted. You're right.
Large quantity of drugs.
Son
there.
of a bitch. But Connor's sleeping, sitting up against the couch, and he hears a siren, and he snaps awake, pulling out 2 knives and a blank, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a good thing he wasn't snuggling Sunny when that happened,
Right.
or he would have just slit her throat right there, or a femoral. I don't know, something.
Don't play with knives, kids. They're sharp. They'll get you.
Watch out, they spit. I don't know. Yeah. Damn it, no, I've murdered Sunny. If only my cat-like reflexes weren't so cat-like. Damn my streamlined, muscular teenage body. Arg. Grr. Grr. Arg.
Anyway, Connor goes and finds her in the bathroom. She is dead.
Unconscious. Wasn't sure if she was dead
Yeah.
at first. Definitely dead.
Yeah, she's dead. And then, of course, Angel is directly behind him.
Yep. Sneaks up on him. He's there to do some real hands-on fathering, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because Connor's gearing up to finish the job on Fuckface McGee, Tyke, who gave Sonny the bad drugs. Or, okay, she stole all of his drugs.
Yes.
Maybe that was the problem. But I was like, oh, no, he gave her something that was laced with shit. I don't know.
No, she stole all his drugs.
She just stole all of his drugs. You know, that's fair. That's Angel's so Angel's all like, I'm your father and I know what's best for you, see, and I'm gonna learn you right like your loser of a stepdad never did, see. Now go clean your room before I tan your ass, you little bastard. And Connor's like, my name is Steven. Gah.
I do want to say there's a couple of lines here in the beginning of this scene where like it feels a bit like Angel might go down that I'm your father, you should listen to me road, but he takes the best road possible through this whole fucking thing. Because even by the end of all of this, like when he's offering to talk to Connor, he's offering a place to Connor, he's like still giving Connor outs.
Yeah.
Like he's not pressuring, he's just like, no, like
He's not making him feel guilty about paying for his health
and
insurance.
this whole interaction, the only time that Angel even gets a little bit rough with him is he's just trying to stop Connor from going and doing murder.
Yeah.
Like, but he's still at no point in time is like pressing
It's almost like he believes in the police's ability to do forensics about murders, but we know that's really not a problem.
Well, also,
It's supposed to be a morality thing. Like, killing's bad, okay?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're back at the hotel. Cordelia and Gruselog explain what happened to them. They're awake now. Fred informs them that the beast that Connor slayed might have a mate, and it's on its way.
Quite probably.
And they wonder where Lauren is. Fred suggests that they call Wesley, and Cordelia's like, no, Angel wouldn't like that. And Gru's like, no, Angel wouldn't like that.
And this is the moment where it feels off what Gru says.
No, I thought it made perfect sense, but go on.
Because he's basically, no, he's the leader. We have to do everything he says. And like that, the line is definitely a thing that Gru would say. But just something about the delivery and just the kind of conversations that Gru has been having with Cordy about Angel, just like, I don't know if it was any level of intentional by the actor or anything, but it felt just a little bit sarcastic.
It absolutely was intended to be sarcastic. That's the whole point of this line, and that's why I liked this line. This is him being butthurt because he's been progressively getting more and more sick of her talking about Angel.
Okay.
That was absolutely the point of this line.
Okay. Then.
So you correctly picked up on that sarcasm. Just not as much as they wanted you to.
Apparently.
Because the line, I had it verbatim here as a quote of the day. He says, yes, we must always consider Angel. Angel is our leader. We must obey his wishes. Dripping with sarcasm. Absolutely dripping.
I didn't feel like it was dripping with sarcasm.
For Gru.
Like,
for Gru
okay,
it was.
yeah,
That's not
Gru.
the kind of thing he would normally say. Which is why it would clock.
It is kind of
kind of
like the something about the word selection maybe, but like he very much is the sort of like, there's a hierarchy here. We should follow the hierarchy.
And I think he respected that up until he started to realize that up until he decided to start feeling insecure about Cordelia and her attachment to Angel.
Yeah.
Which is sad. It's really sad.
I can hold a note for a long time. Actually, I can hold a note forever. But eventually, that's just noise. It's the change we're listening for. The note coming after and the one after that. That's what makes it music.
Enter Lorne.
Yeah, well, before Lorne gets here, after Gru says his thing, Fred's like, okay, you know what, y'all? Fuck y'all. I'm calling Wesley. And just as Gunn is about to stomp all over her dick again, Lorne shows up.
Yeah, Lorne shows up. And let me tell you, I don't know what it is about the trench coat and hat, but fucker makes that shit work for him.
He does. He's just a slick motherfucker.
Yeah. And beside Lorne is a blue-haired woman.
Mistress Myrna.
Yeah, Mistress Myrna. And, like, she's gorgeous.
She's fun. She's fun. I don't know if we ever see her again. But
we don't. I looked it up.
That's too bad.
I was like, ooh, do we see her again? No. I'm a sucker for bright, fake colored hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
ditto. We're millennials.
But, like, my spouse has currently purple hair and has for the majority of the time that I've known them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and I don't, very unnatural purple hair, mind you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I loved this shtick when Lorne comes in with Mistress Myrna. He says, she's a very difficult woman to find. He looks over and she's gone.
Which this leads me to one of my quotes of the day here from Lorne. She disappears. He's like, see what I mean? And she shows up on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like this all day. One of the nasty side effects of specializing in dimensional magic. What I wouldn't do for a lasso and some crazy glue.
Yeah, that was a fun one too. I almost put that as a quote of the day. I did write it down, but I didn't feel like it was quote of the day.
Well, it's slim pickings here.
It is pretty slim pickings. I'm not judging your pick. And yeah, this is where I had a little bit extra to talk about, but I think I want to save it for the end of the episode. So remind me, and we'll come back to that. Actually, I'm going to copy and paste it to the end of the episode because I don't want to forget. All right, where were we?
Steven and Angel talk, Because his name's Steven now, not Connor.
Yeah. And Angel, he tries to respect that his name is Steven for a minute.
Yeah, for just a moment, Angel says, Steven, it's a good name. It's not Irish, but...
Nothing's ever good enough for you, Dad!
And then Angel... Then he just continues calling him Connor.
He does, yeah.
Way to dead name the boy, Angel.
God damn it. Seriously. And he's like...
I know it wasn't a term then, but damn.
And he starts trying to connect with him again, and he's all like, so, how have you been, sport? Did you make any friends in the hell dimension? I'm like, damn it, Angel. So Connor's like, my father told me everything, and Angel's like, you're who now? What? Huh? Oh, Holt's that son of a bitch. And Connor doesn't take kindly to that.
No.
But also Connor has been informed of what Angel is and what he did to Holt's family, and specifically, very specifically, how to kill Angel.
Yes. And we can properly assume that Holtz left out the part that Angel has a soul.
Yes. Or maybe even included it, but said it doesn't fucking matter. He's still the sick son of a bitch that killed my family.
Yeah.
And I don't know if... I'm really curious whether or not he told him that Angel is his biological father.
No, he definitely told him that.
Yeah?
Like, without a doubt.
Because he does say, hi, Dad.
Yeah.
At the beginning. You're right. Okay.
But I'm positive, absolutely positive, that Holtz colored the entire scenario as I took you away from him because he is an evil, evil, bad guy.
Yes, I'm saving you. I'm your savior. Yeah. And so he's yelling at Angel to show him his vampire face. And Connor would rather die than accept his vampireness, because Angel, he reluctantly shows him his vampire face.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a face that I hope you'll learn to accept someday. And Connor's like, no! Very Star Wars.
Yes.
That's impossible. I've still never seen any of those movies all the way through. It's kind of a point of pride at this point.
Right.
So Tyke shows up with a gun.
Yes.
And his not dead two other guys, or three, I don't know, because he killed one of the guys accidentally, I think. But yeah, Tyke wants his coat back, and he's not super willing to listen to Angel's attempts to make things right, seeing as his ear got cut off and all.
Yeah. So this brings me to the point that I want to discuss at the end. We get a couple of lines here between Angel and Tyke, because as Angel's trying to talk through the situation, he's like, we can make this right. Tyke replies with, you can give me a new ear? And Angel says, well, maybe you can wear a hat. And Tyke replies, maybe I can blow your head off. And the point I want to discuss later is this could have been quotes of the day, but it is not. And I want to discuss why exactly.
Okay.
But I just, for later, to be able to call back to this particular conversation.
Sure. Yeah, put a pin in that.
Yeah.
Great. And then we cut back to the hotel. Yes? Is that where we're at?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Myrna is like, oh, you fucking plebs, what the fuck are you doing with this pentagram? Oh, my God. I hope you weren't using it to try and close the portal. Gun's like, oh, no, we were trying to open one. And she's like, listen here, you little dweeb. This ain't no portal. This here's a tear in reality. Now get me some fucking safety glasses so I don't get shit in my eye while I fix your stupid hole.
My favorite part about this whole scene, though, is like she's getting ready and everything, and then she appears behind them.
Yeah, right.
And jump scares. Was it Fred that she jump scares?
Yeah.
And like,
it's almost like she can't control it.
Yeah.
Because she seems very ashamed and apologetic of it.
She's apologetic. She's apologetic, but you can tell that like this is just her life. She's used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like earlier when she's like up on the stairs and everyone turns and looks at her, she like meekly raises her hand like, hi.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's fun, and it's a good gag that I kind of wish they did a third thing with it.
Yeah, it was a cute gag. I honestly, I think she did a lot with a role in a gag that was
Throwaway?
that was both throwaway and kind of rushed.
Yeah.
The whole scene stunk of they cast her a day ago.
Right.
And somebody knew her.
Yeah. Yeah. And like she's got a pretty good career. I looked up 'cause
Oh, yeah?
her face looked sort of familiar to me.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't place what I knew her from, even looking at her filmography, but like she's been in a bunch of shit.
Okay. Yeah, she seemed like she knows her shit, but didn't have a whole lot of prep time for this scene.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so she throws some shit into the void, and she's like, "Poof! There, I fixed it. Now fuck off and don't call me again." Not verbatim, of course.
They ask her if she can tell if anything came through the rift before she closed it, and her response is, "Nope, and I'm not going to wait to find out."
Hell if I know. Okay,
Fuck
bye. So, okay, thanks, bye. And so we're back at the crack house, and cops are closing in on them. Angel
Yes.
is such a slick asshole as he pretends that violence is beneath me. But roundhouse kick to the face. How do you like that, asshole? So they fight.
Yep.
And they all go down pretty quick, giggity, until Tyke takes Connor hostage. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Whatever. And
Well, like the idea that, I mean, Connor at least has seen the gunfire once, so and I can imagine that Holtz has explained guns on some level,
sure,
like as a concept. So, like, I totally can understand Connor getting what it means to have a gun to his head. But I don't get him giving two shits about it, because there's no way Tyke has a good enough hold on him that, like, the police busting in distracts him and Connor gets free. No, I just see fucking Connor reaching back, grabbing the dude by the head and chucking him across the room.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
He
So
body slammed him on a car.
yeah, so maybe he's just scared of the gun because he doesn't have any real experience with them. That's a good point. So, yeah, Angel tries to talk him into letting Connor go. He's like, take me instead. I'm bigger and I'll make a better shield. And I'm like, nice try, Angel.
Right.
He's not that dumb. He's pretty dumb, but he's not that dumb. But the cops break through the wall. Like, fuck the door. Just smash a hole in the wall. And Tyke just starts shooting wildly in their direction. Angel and Steve, take cover. Steven. They take cover as the hail of bullets riddles the building. And they try to go out the window, and Angel gets shot in the back. Was it by a shotgun?
Yeah, no, specifically, so they're on the floor during the firefight. Everyone else is dying, all the goons and whatnot. And then the back window of the apartment gets blown out.
Yeah.
And so Angel tells Steven to go out the window. And then as he's like getting up and running, Angel notices the cop with the shotgun, and he specifically jumps up in front of the gun so that the cop shoots him in the back and not Steven.
Okay. Well, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for like 2 seconds, they were kind of dramatic about it. Like, oh, no. And I'm like, he's fine.
Yeah.
He'll walk it off. It's going to be okay.
It falls into that category of like, it's a good thing to do, but it's not really that heroic. It's like choosing to stub your toe to stop somebody from dying.
Yeah.
Like-
It's like you'd fucking better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, outside, they escape. Angel and Steven stop to take a breather, which is way more breaths than Angel should be able to take.
Yes.
But he's, as having established
Although
a long time
that
ago.
does depend on the shotgun. It does depend on the shotgun.
Just saying, we've established a long time ago that he has no breath.
Yes.
He certainly has a lot of breath for someone who has no breath.
Yes.
Anyway, Angel tries to sweet talk Steven into coming back to the hotel with him, which is a little creepy.
But he's actually
I know
not bad
it's a
about
joke.
it.
It's a joke.
He's actually not bad about it, because he's like, you could stay at the hotel with me, no pressure though. Like, and he is legitimately seeming to try and offer it up as like an option, but then, not trying to pressure him.
Yeah.
Which is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So, he gets kudos for that.
Mm-hmm. But Stevie's like, nah, okay, bye. And Angel has himself a brood about it.
Yes.
And we cut to...
Specifically a brood with a sad crane zoom out.
Ooh, that's a good sad crane zoom out. Oh, baby. Daddy. So we cut to Connor/Steve running down an alleyway to greet a shadowy figure emerging from the dark. Oh, it's Holtz. But he's not looking good.
No.
Is he a zombie?
I don't think he's a zombie.
Is he just...
I think he's just old, and they chose shitty old man
very
makeup.
sallow skin,
Yeah.
with looks like some lesions or some like I don't know, like he's sick with an autoimmune disease or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, he's like, "Hello, son." Connor's like, "Hi, Dad." And I'm like, "Okay, Gerarg."
Is this for me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more! Nights I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
Okay, so my theory, to call back to those lines with Angel and Tyke.
Sure.
Those lines could have been delivered in a way that specifically would make him quote of the day worthy. But every single time, particularly in this episode, we get two options. Either it's a piss poor line that's delivered really fucking well by the actor, or it's a really good written line that is not delivered well. And so I honestly think the lack of humor in this show is less of a problem of the specific not trying to put humor in it, trying to make it a darker show, but also just the actors and the directors are just not on the same fucking page for the humor.
Yeah.
And I think that's the entire fucking reason that the last handful of episodes have just not been remotely funny. And there's been no really good, like, oh, that's a good zinger or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like when we get like all the quotes of the day strike mediocre because it's either missing on the delivery or it's missing on the substance.
Yeah.
And so that's my theory of what the problem with this is.
I think you're onto something there. I have nothing to add to that.
Excellent.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
My thing was, and I touched on this briefly last episode or the episode before, but I didn't want to go into too much detail. But I said that I was developing a theory that I'm leaning towards more and more with every episode of Angel that we do. The reason none of them are going to Wesley, and this is a theme that keeps happening through this episode, it's been going on for 2 or 3 episodes now. The reason none of them are going to Wesley and are scared to go to Wesley isn't because they're scared of Wesley. It's not because they think that Wesley is an asshole. Even Gunn, after having gone to Wesley, I don't think he's as scared of Wesley or trying to respect Wesley's word so much as... Anyway, whatever. It's not because they all think Wesley's an asshole. The only one of them who thinks that Wesley's an asshole is Angel.
Yeah.
And even he's probably just overcompensating for feeling powerless and guilty. Ergo, no one is going to Wesley because their fear of Angel is stronger than their love for Wesley, which is, as you may have guessed where I'm going with this, it is highly toxic.
Yes.
That is not a good relationship for people to have with Angel. Angel is starting to read to me just like he's just a scary, abusive father figure, emotionally abusive, not physically abusive, but also uses physical intimidation often enough in inappropriate ways. Like even towards fucking Fred.
Right.
When he was trying to track down Wesley in the thick of it. And I was like, that's not fucking cool, Angel. Like, not even a little bit. And there's no... Y'all, like, every single one of these people should leave him, in my opinion. Lorne, specifically, is just acting like a battered housewife at this point. And I feel like that's how he's written. He's very much a mother figure to everyone. Even Angel, but only when Angel demands it.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I need your help.
That makes good sense to me.
And Cordy also kind of has that slight motherliness about her to the group,
right?
And not just to Angel, but she's more loyal to Angel. And Lauren just strikes me as terrified of Angel, and like he's got fucking Stockholm syndrome at this point.
And see, what I was thinking is that part of the issue with going to Wesley is also like they specifically don't want to deal with the maybe we're assholes too. Like they're in learning about what Wesley was reacting to, how Wesley was acting, what he found out. I think they're afraid to be like, actually, I can see why he did what he did. Because then they have to face that, oh, it's not this black and white thing. We can't just be like, oh, you're bad. You know, they have to face that maybe they are also not being all that good to Wesley and the situation either.
Okay, it's possible they're putting that weight on themselves, but I would argue from an external standpoint that they don't need to.
I definitely
that is all. They're just internalizing Angel's feelings about the situation.
I can definitely get behind the idea that there's a toxicity to the hierarchy within the group. And no, I think the idea that they're more afraid of Angel than they are of, being friends with Wesley is spot on.
And they just keep enabling it. Fred's the only one who's calling out the shit and saying, no, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, also though,
but even Gru, it's driving a wedge between Cordy and Gru.
Yeah.
Like this shit is tearing the group apart.
I think the biggest reason that Fred is unaffected by it is Fred has no reason to think that she could be booted from the group. Because, like, if you think about it, I think that...
So you're saying Gunn has an insecure attachment?
Yes. No, like, seriously. Like, Gunn definitely insecure, definitely fears repercussions from Angel, but not necessarily from a physicality standpoint, just from a, I have put all my eggs in this fucking basket, and without this basket, I'm fucked. That sort of thing as well. And, like, when you've put all your eggs in a basket and that basket is emotionally unstable, like Angel is unquestionably emotionally unstable, that's a bad basket to have put your eggs in. And so I think that it's not so much that they're intimidated as they are like, he's unstable, that's not safe, but I've put so much to be here. And now what else do I have?
Sure. And either way, whichever of those scenarios is happening, whether it's one or the other or a combination of both, I don't feel like the writers are necessarily doing this on purpose outside of this is just their knee-jerk reaction on how to create drama. They're not trying to make a statement about toxic family dynamics.
Right. What you're saying is that underlying tone is a result of beliefs of the creators, not necessarily that they're trying to write it in.
It's not, yeah, exactly. It's not moving towards any sort of resolution that's going to show us how to get past that.
Right. It's the
or
same
give us
reason
any
why...
hope about any of these people having true happiness and security.
It's the same reason why Xander, particularly Xander first, second season Xander, is written the way he is, because they're like, oh, how do we write this kind of dopey, lovable, nice guy? And then they write him as this toxic ass because, like, that's the only way they can understand that.
Yeah. Well, and obviously they pulled back hard from, because they just went full mask off with first season Xander.
Yes.
They were
Yes.
like, I'm just going to write him exactly how I was in high school, and then realized that was extremely problematic, and maybe they were extremely problematic. Now we need to cover that up as best as possible, and it's a struggle for the rest of the series.
Just a note that if they were like, oh, that's bad, we should change that, it was definitely out of I wouldn't want to be associated with that. I wouldn't want people to know that I'm that. Not a trying to heal from it.
Exactly. Again, yeah, kind of the same fucking problem. They're just trying to cover it up. They're not trying to actually resolve it.
Right.
They're trying. They're just retroactive. They're retconning Xander being a good guy.
There definitely is that. I think you're right. It is an unconscious tone that they are writing into the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're like, this is just the reality that they probably grew up with,
right?
And they don't see its toxicity.
How do you write a father figure? This must be what a father figure is.
How do you write strength? Yeah. Oh, every now and again he has to threaten your physical well-being.
Oh, if you need a strong character, you just have someone who can pick you up and slam you against the wall,
and is verbally abusive on a regular basis whenever he knows that he's right, whether he's right or not. Yeah. Where everyone around him is scared of him.
You know, there's actually, I've had a similar thought with, and I know you don't know Firefly remotely very well.
Mm-hmm.
But Captain Reynolds is written in a way that like could be a good father figure type, but still there's an unconscious struggle in the character, the way he's written, of toxicity to it. And I think it's the same thing. It's an unconscious, like, this must be how a leader works.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's partially just a sign of the times.
Right. But I get the idea. I've gotten this, especially after learning more about Joss Whedon and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this idea that particularly with the character Malcolm Reynolds, the good, like, this is kind of father figure-ish in a good way character was definitely Nathan Fillion acting, and the toxic parts were the writing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a way that, like, you can see that sort of undertone, like, this is just informed by my worldview writing.
Right. Yeah. And, again, created by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
He has, whether there's any other crossover writers, he certainly surrounds himself with a certain type.
Yes.
Anyway, we've both had our tangents that weren't specifically related to this episode. How'd you feel about this episode, Rex? Yeah.
It was all right. It had some good moments. I liked a lot of the cinematography during the first fight. I think they did a great job of making Connor a badass, and I actually like what we got with Connor thus far.
Yeah.
Like, the acting is pretty solid.
I seem to remember kind of liking Connor as a character once they get him integrated.
And, like, I'm not sure, like, we don't know enough, so it could just be, like, it's well put together, who knows? But so far, I'm liking Connor as a character.
Yeah.
The actor definitely did pull off this, I'm a little out of my comfort zone with this place, like, pretty well. Like, with what limited he had to work with anyway.
Yeah.
But other than that,
sure.
Not enough to base an episode on.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's perfectly leads into what I was going to say, is it just didn't feel like a very substantial episode.
Yeah.
It was Angel chases Connor. Angel finds Connor. The end.
Tries to have a heart-to-heart with Connor.
Fails.
Makes
tiny incremental progress, maybe.
Right. And nothing moved forward with the group and Wes.
Other than, a little bit. Like baby steps, though. Like, I think the group is reaching this breaking point. And I
Yeah.
appreciate how they're slow cooking that.
Yeah, that is good.
And also now we're seeing Wesley have this temptation towards the dark side. He doesn't seem in any way actually tempted by it.
Right.
But maybe a little bit. We don't know 100%.
I mean, at the very least, he's probably like, fuck, I need a job. Like,
right? It's like, well, nobody else is beating down my door.
I mean, for fuck's sake, not only do you not have income anymore, Wesley, you got some hospital bills.
Right? But also, fuck that.
Yeah.
But, and they, as far as large plot points, they did finally close the fucking Kortoth hole.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So it wasn't completely insubstantial, but the plot line did feel like a straight line.
The meat they had in it was just not enough to fill it.
Not super substantial. Like, yeah, full circle there. Do you have a quote of the day?
I'm giving my quote of the day to Cordy for "You're the only creature from another dimension I'm interested in." Just because, like,
yeah, because that could have been a huge giggity moment.
Exactly.
To the point where it is an honorary giggity moment.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So, what's your quote of the day?
I think I want to give it to Wesley, his response to Lila, where she says, "Wow, I guess when she slit your throat, she nicked your sense of humor." Wesley says, "Not at all. I find you being here extremely funny."
Yeah.
And just because...
Just the best deadpan delivery.
Yeah. Close runner-up, I almost gave it to Gru because I didn't realize how much depth there was to this line until you brought it up. Yes, we must always consider Angel. Angel is our leader. We must obey his wishes.
Yeah.
But I definitely had to go with not at all. I find you being here extremely funny.
Yeah.
That's the one that really did it for me this episode.
So this has been another episode of AwA with Angel. Don't forget to like us on Facebook for now. We do have a Facebook group. If you'd like to follow us on Blue Sky, you can do that. If you'd like to get in touch with us, there's a number of ways you can. Through email, beerwithbuffy@gmail.com, or call our voicemail number where you can leave a voicemail. We might read it might play it on the air and respond to you. You can also text that number, 269-743-0783. If you'd like to support our show, you can do that in a number of ways. The number one way is an iTunes review, written iTunes review. Something about the way the algorithms work, that matters. And don't forget, if you give us a written review, send us a screenshot, we will send you a free sticker.
And there's always another free hoodie on the horizon. Once we
Yes.
get to 100 reviews, we are currently at 76, another free hoodie giveaway.
It's not even that many reviews, guys. Come on. You can do this. We have the listener base.
Seriously, 24 more reviews. Do it.
If you'd like to more directly support us, you can do that by going to beerwithbuffy.com and buying some merch.
We have a store, and
Yeah.
we actually have a lot of options of other merch. If there's something you'd like to suggest,
Yes, we take requests for merch.
we can add that to the list. We still need to more seriously look into Beer with Buffy logo dildos.
Yes.
Because that is legitimately an option. It might be too expensive.
The biggest problem is integration, because we get all our merch from one source, and that goes through the one source for a shop, and like it's difficult to get multiple shops involved in the way that it's set up, and we don't know how to fucking code that shit to make our own shop.
It's a lot for a joke that I made
Yes.
a long time ago, but it might still be worth it.
It could be. It could be. If you'd like to just give us your money and become one of our executive doodle-doos and have Josh make cloaca jokes
Just
at you.
stick that cloaca straight up in the air.
Example A.
Shoot some poop into the sky.
Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/beerwithbuffy, and join our Patreon list. We haven't named a cat in a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind naming a cat again.
Me either. Or a ladybug.
Yeah.
Or your children.
Or a plant. We did a plant once, too.
Plant.
And
that's
a
right.
car.
And a car.
So it says name a cat, but we might name whatever you want.
Whatever. Why not? You know what? I wasn't doing anything anyway.
Exactly. As I said, this has been Ale with Angel. I'm Rex.
I'm Josh.
Have a good night.
Cloaca-doodle-doo! I don't know.
No, that's
Keanu Speed, Rex.
Reeves be with you.
Allowance is for your years, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility, and instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
You have a sacred birthright. You were chosen to destroy vampires, not to wave pom-poms at people.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
You are the Slayer.
Go ahead. Prepare me.
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on.
By appealing to your common sense. Common sense. Werewolves, incubi, succubi, everything you've ever dreaded was under your bed, but told yourself couldn't be by the light of day.
One girl in all the world.
Common sense.
One girl in all the
Common
world.
sense. Was a bit British, wasn't it?
Wait, what have we done? Why are we watching this?